Number one thing that's getting in the way of your progress, it's not your diet, it's not your training plan, not your coach, it's not what you don't have, it's your confidence. So for most people, they think their confidence is fixed. They're like, I'm shy, there's no way I could do that. They think automatically, they go down this like blah, 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 blah. I can't do it, there's no way, like it's not fixed. And the reason why I like to term confidence with skill, because it is something that you can develop. Through this video, I'm gonna talk to you about how you can cultivate confidence and make it stronger. But before I get into that, I wanna talk about the importance of confidence, right? This is really overlooked. A lot of people, a lot of times, they come to me, not a lot of times, all the time. I've been following this nutrition plan, it worked for me, I fell off, this didn't work for me, I did this workout plan, I saw great results for 8 weeks and then I fell off, or this didn't work for me, that coach wasn't good, X, Y, and Z. What they're missing to understand, right? When you fall off of a plan, or when you aren't successful with executing long-term, meaning you haven't established consistency and you can't continue progress, it's really a limiting belief. And I did a video about self-doubt and how that can really hinder your growth. And that's really an extension to what I'm saying right now. If you don't have the confidence that you can get to a certain level, so let's say I am 220 pounds, I want to be 180, maybe I'll start, but deep down, I don't believe I can get to 180. I don't have the self-worth or the confidence to ever even imagine myself at 180. So it's just an idea. And what happens is we have an idea and there's these little sparks moments where we're super inspired to make that idea a reality, but that's just a few moments. And so for the rest of the day that you're by yourself, it's how is your self-talk making that little idea come to reality? And it's not. Because for a lot of people, their self-talk is so negative. If I tell you right now, go to a clothing store or you're in your bedroom and you're getting changed, I know the first thing women are thinking about when they put on their pants or they put on their shirts, I look so fat, or look at my cellulite, look at this, look at that. Rarely ever do you see a person compliment and notice their beauty, their benefits, their blessings. It's always pointing. And the same goes for guys. Put on a pair, my legs look scrawny. You put on a shirt, I don't like how my arms look in this, and you'll change. And so think about that self-talk, because it's with you in those quiet moments that matter the most. And so if you are trying to become more confident, step one is really gauge your self-talk and start creating this confidence sheet, right? I talk about writing a lot because if you're going to trust that everything in your brain is there and available for you when you need it, you're just wishful thinking. I forget a lot of important things, so I'm definitely not going to remember the positive affirmations or things that I need to hear in a moment where I'm being negative. And so that's why I always say have a confidence checklist or a sheet that you go through. And this could be in your notes, this could be anywhere. But when you're feeling down, you have to break the habit of being negative. This is going to be another video, but a lot of people are you're addicted to your stress hormones. And it sounds so weird, but if you're into neuroscience, quantum physics, please look into this, because what happens is the body is very smart, right? I said this is going to be another video, but I'll give you a sum up. Basically, the body releases chemicals. It has a pattern. It's memorized it. And so when you're constantly making stressful situations the familiar, it's what your body keeps going to. So a lot of people wake up stressed, they go to sleep stressed because their brain is in the same cycle and your body's releasing the same chemicals. So you could be on vacation or you could be in a different area, but because mentally you haven't practiced anything outside of your negative thinking, your doubtful thinking, that's all you're going to continue to produce. Repetition, but more importantly than repetition, I want to talk about persistence, right? How many of the most successful people in the world have dealt with rejection, have dealt with no's, and they kept going? Harry Potter, I believe, was presented like 20 times. That's insane. And all of the successful people that we see that have created remarkable innovations have gone through a lot of not just challenges, but they've dealt with rejection and they've had this confidence that no matter what, they were going to do it. Muhammad Ali, my uncle, I am the greatest. He's not my uncle, I'm just kidding. I'm Heba Ali. But he had this affirmation, I am the greatest. And I think when you take affirmations a little more seriously and you understand that it's your self-talk ultimately, right? What are you feeding your brain? Because it's a fact that our thoughts impact our actions. If we know that as a fact, then shouldn't we focus more time on our thoughts? Shouldn't we focus on what we're thinking about 95% of our unconscious, subconscious thinking? So repetition, persistence. What you think about a lot will influence what you do. And outside of that, I would challenge you more so to really put yourself in those situations where they're high pressure. Just this morning, I was talking about high pressure makes diamonds. And it does. But you have to be able to perform under pressure. If you were going to take somebody, an athlete, who was training for a NFL game, who's training for a track meet, and they didn't train under pressure, what would happen to them the day of a race? They would crumble, right? Their confidence would shrink. Their environment would overpower them and they'd start to feel really small. And so you have to be willing to put yourself in high pressure environments. Whether it's you don't like being in the gym because people are staring at you, you don't want to run with a certain person because it might put pressure on you or it might embarrass you because you can't run. Training partners are phenomenal. Having a coach is phenomenal. Why do I think my clients do so well? Because I apply pressure, the pressure they can't apply to themselves. I am holding them accountable, the accountability they can't hold for themselves. So we have to challenge the way that we think, the way that we move, and the way we make decisions, because if you're intimidated by pressure, by a challenge, you're never going to get out of your own way. And so this is where I would say get a coach. Get a training partner, allow them to apply the pressure for you. Get yourself out of your own comfort zones. And then what's gonna happen time after time is you're gonna realize it wasn't that bad actually. It wasn't that bad. And because you're doing what I told you to do in step one, practicing that self-talk, right? As you're training, you're not thinking I'm out of shape, this person's running faster than me. You're gauging that self-talk. You're making sure that what the experience you're going through is going to somehow loop around some positive reinforcement. You're gonna come out of that experience inspired, satisfied, encouraged, but still hungry. And that's why I like to couple these steps together, because there is no magic solution for confidence. And I always say people wait for things outside of them to come in to change. You have to tackle these things in life with steps. So with confidence, you have your self-talk, your repetition, and ultimately, at the end of the day, there's way too many people telling us that we can't do something. Don't be that person as well, because you spend the most time with yourself. And if your environment is not supporting you, talk about this a lot, you're gonna need to learn how to create or eliminate those beliefs or block yourself out from them. When it comes to meditation, I'm gonna tie that in. Since I'm giving you all these tools, I want you to see how you could use them all and how they benefit one another. When it comes to meditation, what does meditating allow us to do? Take control, right? Stillness and chaos. Whatever's going on around me, I'm connected here. I'm still in this moment, I'm here. If the camera was rolling right now, I can completely dismiss it. I can completely dismiss this light in my eye, and I can connect so deep within that it does not matter what's happening outside of me. This is self-mastery. This is controlling your emotions, being grounded. And if you can do that with a toxic environment, which if you're forced, right? Because I do get people who are saying, I can, you get replace friends, get rid of friends, but what about my family, right? Like my mom's constantly telling me, putting me down, my sister, my dad. There's a quote that goes like, pick your friends, love your family. I love this. I went through the same resistance with my family, different generations. They didn't understand what I wanted to do. I mean, there was a whole learning process on how to communicate with them, but I learned to not let the outside flood the inside, right? Like, this is my ship. I'm going here. There's gonna be currents coming in. There's going to be traffic or turbulence. Oh, there's a lot of things happening outside my ship, but I'm not letting anything poke a hole in my ship, sink my ship. I'm the captain. I'm in control. And that's the type of confidence that a lot of you guys have to have, right? Before you even engage in a goal, before you even engage in the steps required, really own that position of I'm in control. Have that be your number one affirmation. If you don't know how to affirm in a heated moment, in a doubtful moment, I am in control. Like, naturally lift your shoulders back up, get in a powerful position, right? If you wake up in the morning and you're walking like this, is a very defeated person. If anybody walked in the office like this, I would send them back home. Like, you gotta go. Come back with EVLV, a refreshed mindset and energy, because you are not having a good day like that. And while actually I can help people get out of that mood, it's very important for you to want to do that for yourself, right? So like body posture, mindset, work on those little tiny things, because again, it's influencing you majority, but it influences the people around you. So you want to be better so you can attract better. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. Confidence is key. And if you're not working on that skill set every day, you're really limiting yourself. And I'm confident to say all assets of your life. Confidence is key. See you guys.